All right, more news coming in. These are three documents that have crushed the Sansad Dharna Bogey and their claims. Times now has access. Three documents from 2009, 2013 and 2014. All three documents echo the current 2022 document. Let me go across to Madhav, who's joining us with more details. But before that, viewers, let's tell you how the opposition has now slammed the central government over the recently released Parliament bulletin, which bars members from using certain words and also prevents them now from any demonstration, dharna, strike, fast, or for the purpose of performing any religious ceremony in the precincts of the Parliament House. Now, several reactions have been coming in, especially from the Congress and the TMC, who have been taking to Twitter and talking about how this is dharna mana hai, a sly jibe that has been taken by the Congress party, essentially questioning as to why is it that peaceful demonstrations or dharnas cannot be held at the Parliament premises. But yes, to which a counter is now coming in, proof from 2009, 13 and 14. Madhav joining us with more details. Yes, Madhav.
Well, at least 3 times during the course of the UPA regime, and what sources in the Lok Sabha Secretariat have been indicating to us, and we broke the story over an hour ago, where we had clearly shown how this letter has been issued many times in the exact same language, not just earlier this year on multiple occasions, but also in 2009. As you can see, this is 9 February 2009. The number is 6522 of this for a particular bulletin, and the Watch and Ward Office of Parliament House has clearly issued saying that members are requested not to use the precincts of the House for any demonstration, dharna, strike, fast, or for the purpose of performing any religious ceremony or the like. Now move on. This is the Parliamentary Bulletin Part 2 of February 3rd, 2014. What does it say? Again, the very same sentence. Members cannot use the precincts of the House for any demonstration, dharna, strike, fast, or for the purpose of performing any religious ceremony. Kind cooperation of members is solicited. It's signed by the Secretary General of the Raj Sabha, that is Shamsher K. Sharif. And another letter on the 2nd of December 2013. This is during the winter session. Then it says again the very same sentence once again. Members cannot use the precincts of the House for any demonstration, dharna, strike, fast, or for the purpose of performing any religious ceremony. Moving on, it's something that's happened even during this regime. On 16th of July, this is of course the latest one that this has been issued. This is of course on the 31st of March of 2022 that this is in fact put out. Also on the 27th of Jan 2021 last year that the same sentence was used. So it's not something that is happening for the first time. It is something that has happened multiple times. The same warning is a routine practice that is in fact more in the form of an advisory that is given out to members of Parliament. However, during this entire regime as well, during the time of such notices as well, we've seen several protests in Parliament, at the Gandhi statue. We've seen marches from Parliament all the way up to President's House in Raisina Hill. All of these aspects are also something that the Secretariat is talking about, saying that it is not for the first time that such a measure is being taken or such a language has been used. It has been used multiple times in the past as well.
Oh yes, well, extremely important documents, because the opposition, interestingly, Madhav, has also been saying that you cannot be selective. They've been claiming that the government is being selective, and this is being selectively enforced as the Prime Minister himself has engaged in religious ceremonies at least on 2 occasions. But the fact remains that talk about the unparliamentary words, talk about the dharnas, you know, all of this has already been enforced upon earlier as well during the UPA regime, and all of that is being sidelined now.
Matters of practice are being politicized. That appears to be the word coming in, because yesterday as well, when we saw the speaker coming out to actually hold that press conference to clarify, what did he say? He said that these are rules that apply not only to members of opposition but also to members of the government. And if members in the government or the treasury benches use language that is unparliamentary, that members of opposition may take offense to, they can object to them as well. And several of these words, ironically, were words such as corruption or corrupt, which were banned during the UPA regime. Also, of course, several of the words have come in from assemblies that are not ruled by BJP states. So clearly, of course, these are some of the aspects that the Secretariat, that the BJP has been talking about. And now, once again, it seems that perhaps in this bid to target the government, whether the opposition parties have picked the wrong fight in terms of the factual correctness of their claims, that's something that certainly will be pointed out. Because repeatedly what we saw yesterday, while yesterday they may still have a point saying that they are not able to articulate themselves, today it seems that these notices are exactly the same language which have been put out several times in the past during the UPA regime as well. So were their own actions at that point of time then wrong? And what has happened now that suddenly suddenly this same aspect or the same language becomes such a big sensitive issue. Those are certainly going to be some very important points of debate that are going to come up. But at this point of time, the Secretariat putting out these facts, the BJP also has been very quick to say that the opposition is low on facts when it comes to this particular story.